everybody to the episode 0 of Vampire the Masquerade. But before we continue on with that, let's just go through everybody and let them introduce themselves. Let's start off at the top and move our way like a snake through everybody. Mr. Elitist.
Hi everybody, I am the second class elitist. I am a variety streamer that mostly focuses on survival games or games with a survival element. I am available on Twitch at second class elitist, all 3 words, and I look forward to seeing what happens for the next few hours.
Cool. Mr. Cobra Kai, or Mr. McCarthy Jared.
Okay, well, my name is Cobra Kai, as most people know me. I have only started streaming very recently. I only started at the beginning of the year. I don't get to stream as often as I would like to, but I stream essentially whatever the hell I want. I'm not fussed about what games I'll stream, if they're hyped, if they're popular or not. At the moment, I'm busy doing the Sniper Elite series. And I throw in some IRL and just chatting streams in there every once in a while. And you can find me on Twitch at Cobra Kai 1915. Don't ask why 1915 is there.
Okay, cool. Lady Sanguini. Sorry, I had to.
It's fine. Hi guys, I'm Luna Sanguine. I'm a variety streamer, but I mainly focus on RPGs and horror games. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram under the handle Luna_Sanguine.
Cool, and now of course we've got the Mini that's also a May. Tell us about yourself.
Hey guys, my name is Minime. I am a variety streamer. I am South African, but I'm currently living in Arizona. I focus a lot on MMOs and survival.
Cool. Hey, I'm not muted. That's actually quite cool. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to Vampire the Masquerade. Let me just do some shilling. I'm Zaffageek. You know me by now. Let me just do a couple of things, housekeeping out of the way. First of all, let me just put this out there because this might actually come up in future sessions. The phrase, if you're a South African and you use the phrase "colored," there's actually people in South Africa that, like, if you call them anything else than colored, they get angry. So if that phrase does come up, it is in a South African perspective. I'm not going to go out and use it every time, but it is from a South African perspective. There are actual election campaigns that recently run in South Africa where they used the phrase to refer to a certain class of people. And just to, in case that comes up, I just want to cover my ass, basically. We don't mean it in any derogatory sense, and I'm gonna try and not use it, but I feel like I just need to get it off my chest. Then this is you can support us on patreon.com/City of Thorns if you so want to. All the money on the Patreon and on the donations in the stream tonight is actually going towards the cast. To everybody partaking in this wonderful, wonderful story. And then last but not least, this is Vampire the Masquerade, a show about monsters. People do monstrous things in this game. Please don't associate it with the person itself portraying these things. And it's just a character they're playing. And yeah, that's basically it. Are you guys ready?
I'm waiting to see a bunch of my viewers who are used to happy-go-lucky second really not being prepared for this. And that was the warning for the other 3 of you as well.
Yeah. But that is it. So, also, just a little bit of a caveat. This is my first time doing this live on air, so bear with me. Welcome to the City of Thorns, otherwise known as BLOEMFONTEIN. And we start this off with a camera during nighttime, panning over the city, focusing on a house, going into street level, and moving. You can clearly see it's a house party. Some techno music is playing, it's thumping in the background and everything. And you see the scrawny, black-haired kid. I can best describe him as heroin chic looking, like scraggly beard, very thin, and everything. And everybody's drinking beer, and they're drinking whatever their favorite drinks and whatever. And this scrawny kid has those long shot glasses with a red shot in it. Maybe it is Aftershock, maybe it is, but it's definitely something. And he looks around nervously, and he pops it open and he drinks it. All of a sudden, the music goes down into like a blurred or warped sound, and from his perspective, colors are brighter, and some of the people that he sees have got like massive smiles, so much so that some of them shows like fang-like teeth, like Baraka in Mortal Kombat, like those type of teeth. And you hear him freaking out, and he's like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god," and the camera fades to black. It is the next night. You have all gotten your missives. You all know where you should go. Lady Mistress Michelle has sent Kyle out to meet you all, and she sent him out to tell you to get there ASAP. It's very weird for the mistress to give you such short notice, but apparently you need to meet her at the OR Tambo building. You all know where it is. Kyle will have given you directions, and you rock up. First to arrive is, now I need at least a D10 from each and every one of you. So if you go /roll D10, we'll determine who arrives first. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so no, Sean, you arrive first.
Yeah, lad.
It's interesting. Kyle meets you. Now, Kyle is like a full-bearded, full head of brown hair guy, and he is like, "Hey there, Sean. Could you please follow me?"
Hi, sure, lad. Lead the way.
He looks at you. He's not comfortable around you. You know why. He's not comfortable around you. And he takes you into the building. It's a massive building. At nighttime, it's got like stained glass windows that has actually lights behind them, so it shines out. You can literally Google the picture and you'll see the OR Tambo building with its lights in Bloemfontein. So it's like this very beautiful old, I would say it was probably built somewhere around the 1930s, 1940s, and it's pretty damn beautiful. And it's very, like, you enter it and you can see, like, during the day, this would be sort of like a home affairs like office or something. And Kyle leads you to an out of order, an elevator that's marked out of order. He pushes a button, it opens up, and he says, "Wait here." And he closes. next up, we're gonna speed it up a little bit. Next up to arrive is Olivia, Theodora,
Yeah.
and John Andrews. John. He waits. He sees you arrive. Kyle says to you, "Just wait. There's more people coming." And once the other two arrive, you can start describe how you look. Let's start off with Olivia. What do you look like?
Pretty much like this. Rocking my Boston Red Sox hat, maroon jacket, so you know the blood doesn't show after a king. I'm pretty quiet. I stand in the back. You know, I'm picking out the scenery a lot. I'm very wary about where I am. It's definitely a new place. I don't want to go too fast in case something jumps at me, so I stick to myself a lot. But brown hair, pale skin.
Just a quick side note, John.
Yeah.
You've not actually seen a lot of American attire, specifically Boston Red Sox type attire, in your time here in South Africa. I'm just pointing that out to you. It's something you don't
Appreciate
get
it.
to see, especially in the area where you live. You don't get to see
Right.
that often. And you've never seen, for lack of a better word, a white kid walking around with American attire. Just putting it
Okay.
out there. Yeah. Theodora? Describe yourself.
Also same, very similar to my appearance here. I've got long blonde hair, green eyes, pale skin, dark green eyes with very like strong smoky eye makeup, quite slim, very pale, and I'm kind of, you know, sitting there or standing there with my arms crossed, kind of looking around, not very impressed.
Okay. Side note, John, you've heard of Theodora. She is an artist. A reasonably
Noted.
well-known artist in BLOEMFONTEIN. So,
Do I know what type of art?
sculpture? She owns her own gallery?
Noted.
Yeah. Mostly sculptures. For the two of you, the reason why you don't know these people is because you've basically just arrived in BLOEMFONTEIN. So that's why I'm like just explaining that to you. And Kyle, again, he wears like, he's full bearded, he's like proper farmer beard, you know, khaki uniform, quite well built. And he's like, I see. Olivia, you made it in time. And Mr. John? How's the fights going?
He is about a little over 6 foot tall. He is mostly clean shaven, just a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow. His hair is cut in a crew cut that you will probably never see because he'll always have something on the top of his head. Wearing a shirt, we'll call it exactly like this because if not, it's close enough. A pair of blue jeans with one of the knees cut open, and a chain from belt loop to pocket on the right side. And other than that, just a more of a stern and rather uncaring appearance at the moment.
Yeah, Kyle looks at you and is like, how's the fights going?
They'd be going better if I wasn't here.
Yeah, I hear you've taken a liking to Jack. He's quite a decent fighter. I've made a bit of money off of him myself.
Jack's a good kid.
He is.
He's got a future ahead of him.
Well, yeah. We'll talk about it later. So I guess, and he looks around and he looks at you, Theodora. He's like, yeah. just welcome. And he looks at Olivia and is like, you should be shot. Oh no, wait, you're Olivia. Okay, cool. Just come with me. I'll need to lead you. I'm gonna lead you to see the mistress. She's in a foul mood today. Do you guys follow him in?
Yes.
Sure.
Before I follow him, can I do like check the area just because I've never been here before? You know, some guy just walks up to me and is like, "Hey, follow me." So I'm a little wary.
You've seen him.
See if
He
you have
actually pitched up. But you can do an awareness and wits roll for me if you want to.
Awareness. What?
Awareness, wits.
Wit.
Yeah.
So first awareness, wit. So 2. So I probably don't notice, right?
2 successes.
So there's something I notice in the area that.
Anything you noticed? Well, the street is pretty damn barren. The area is pretty damn depopulated, save for a couple of homeless kids on the near the traffic lights. I can't say robots because this near the traffic lights, and it's eerily quiet.
Oh, chat's saying I'm a little soft. Can you turn me up, Zephyr?
All right, yes, will do. Let's put you up to there. That should work.
Thank you.
It's eerily quiet. A couple of homeless kids because what's happened? There's a traffic light right next to the building, and then about 2 blocks ahead to the left-hand side is another traffic light, and that is usually populated by homeless kids. There's like 3 or 4 on each side. Some of them huffing glue. The quietness, you don't know with that many successes. You don't know if it's just quiet because it's a new place, or if it's quiet because, you're kind of paranoid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Come on, what's the hesitation, Olivia? We've met before. Technically, we're friends. If you follow the if you follow the rules of them, what do the kids call it? The Insta books. If you follow the rules of that, Instagram or Instagram and the Facebooks, right? Yeah.
Yes, Carl, but you are taking me somewhere I've never been before.
Well, you need to present yourself to the Baron of the city, one of the 2 barons of the city, and I mean, it's just rude not to announce that you've arrived. I mean, she has been pretty much... Her sister basically placated the mistress in allowing you time to settle in BLOEMFONTEIN. And now it's like mistress is quite... She's on edge. She wants to know who enters her barony. And
Does Olivia sound like a local?
I sound like the way I do, so I do have some South African notes in some of the words I use, but it's my accent is just, it's not quite, you can't fit it into anywhere. It's like, it doesn't sound American, but it doesn't sound African.
Fair enough. Thank you.
a couple more years and she'll sound like Charlize Theron. Yeah. Trust me, you're safe here. There's nothing's gonna happen to you here. You're safe. I'm supposed to make sure of that.
Trust me. Let's go.
All right. And he leads you in. Again, to the right-hand side. Out of order elevator. Pushes a button. And someone's already in the elevator. It's... I'll let Sean describe his character to you.
Oh, top of the evening to you. I'm a wee boy. I have long black hair. I've got really, really bright green eyes. I don't really. I'm quite confident in myself, so I don't really feel any fear, because I do feel confident enough so that I can read people and know when they're up to mischief. And I wear, well, what I'm wearing currently, nice Deadpool shirt, because I like Deadpool. I like comedy. So yeah, that's essentially me. And I love sneakers. Can't go anywhere without my sneakers.
Also, the fact what greets you in the elevator is a kid. Between 12 and 13 years old.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Just missed that puberty jump, didn't she?
Yeah, he he missed that step.
Don't look. Don't look.
Kyle shoves in. Doesn't take any notice of the kid. Do you guys want to do anything? Talk to each other? If not, we're going to start the elevator music.
I have a question for Kyle.
Yes?
How did the mistress even know I was here? And who is the mistress first and foremost?
The mistress is, the Baron, one of the two barons of BLOEMFONTEIN. And, she knows things. It's her job to know things. And, what actually happened is, M, her sister, found out about you and kept quiet about you for about 2 weeks. And that basically, well, for about a week. And then the mistress found out, and M basically told her, listen, just chill the fuck out. Okay, they will show themselves when they need to. And obviously, and he looks around like he's starting to get paranoid. And obviously, you know, the mistress is the angry one. And, we don't want to upset the angry one, do we?
Alright, I'll be on my best behavior.
And he scruffles your hair a bit. There we go,
Wait.
kid. There we go.
Back off.
He pushes a button. You hear dun 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 dun, and he's just standing there quiet. He's bobbing to the music and everything. And the elevator opens up into what? Wonder what would catch your eyes first. Into a big room, like about 15 by 15 meters big room, with a couch in the middle, a black leather couch, a woman dressed in a, you know when it's like, let's wear a sexy business outfit? Basically that. Blonde hair. She replaced the dress with hot pants, high heels, fishnet stockings, tight fitting red leather tank top. Showing her stomach with a, like, once you get closer you'll notice it, but she's got like a death's head moth tattooed on her belly button, like around her belly button. And also reasonably well endowed lady. And next to her, now there's two standing lamps shining on this couch. So you see this woman, and just outside of the light, you see a man and a woman with collars and chains going into the couch. And as it opens, she pulls the woman closer and she starts kissing her, and the woman just gives herself freely to her. And when she realizes, she pushes her away. When she realizes you're here, she pushes her away. What's the order in which you walk? Like, who would go first? Kyle would be in the front because he leads you out. So who would be like next to him or behind him or whatever?
I'll be kind of next to Carl, just a little behind, but like pretty sideways, like to the side of him, because I want to be more to the side of the wall, because I'm busy just checking everything, you know. I don't want to be in the middle of everything, you know. I'm trying to hide off to the side, be, you know, lurking.
Also, just another thing that I forgot to mention. There are monitors, like, on the walls of this room. I forgot to mention that. And it seems to be different. It shows different times of the day. For some reason. That's basically the one other thing that catches your eye.
So it's like footage of previous time.
It's
like
footage.
video
It's
recording.
basically, it could be footage of the day that just happened. It could be the footage of a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago, but it's pretty recent footage of this city. John
Okay.
and Theodora would actually know this specifically. Olivia, you know enough that it is definitely recent. It's footage that was captured recently, and the same goes for you. It's footage that's been captured recently. Like, sometimes you'll see cars driving past, and it's like, oh yeah, it's pretty modern, present day cars and whatever.
Can I tell what neighborhood it is?
It's one of the monitors. One of the monitors definitely faces your neighborhood.
Okay.
But if you weren't as paranoid as you are, you would say these things are basically just capturing daytime. It's random.
daytime.
It seems to be random places in Bloom. It just so happens
Gotcha.
that one of them was actually, like, it doesn't focus on your house or anything. You'll be like,
Right,
okay,
right.
cool, if I go closer, I think that's my house, you know? I think that's my house. So it's literally just like random cameras set up across different parts of the city. Whether for security purpose or not, that's probably up for debate.
Fair enough.
Cool, who's walking? How's the walking order?
I'll probably stand next to Kyle, sort of keeping at the same pace as him, but slacking a little bit behind to, you know, because I don't know anybody here yet, kind of keeping my distance a little bit more just to be kind of on the cautious side, constantly glancing around the room, glancing between the mistress, the monitors, trying to see if I can figure out bits and pieces of information here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be directly behind him, probably towards the middle of the pack, but
Mm-hmm.
not specifically waiting for anybody else. So I'll be probably about 3 to 4 paces behind him once he starts leaving the elevator.
Okay. And Theodora?
And I'll be on the other side of him.
Will be on the
Next.
other side of him. So basically, John, what you did is you surrounded yourself with a meat shield. If shit happens, someone else will get hit first.
It's a good plan.
It's a good plan, yeah. She looks at you. Let's call her the slutty lady, the mistress. She looks at you, she glances at each of you, and her eyes stopped on the kid. And she starts freaking out. She starts like swearing, like fuck, 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 fuck. Kyle, bring him to me. Bring him to me, Kyle. Bring him to me. And Kyle is like looking at John and the kid. He doesn't know which way. And she points to the kid. Bring that fucking kid here. Kyle looks at you. Like, come with me, kid. What do you do?
I'm kind of fucking stuck now, aren't I? So I'll probably have to follow him, but now I'm super, super cautious, and I'm like walking up very slowly to her, keeping my hands at the ready, keeping my footing in a way so that if something happens, I can immediately like jump back if she tries anything funny. So I'll follow her, I'll go along with what she wants, considering that she is the Baron and all.
Yeah, could you roll me survival and composure, please?
Oh, Christ.
Zava.
Yeah.
So while this is all happening, because just what's happening, the whole idea of Sean's like age and stuff kind of affects me about my memories, about my past. So I kind of move forward when this is all happening because it shocks me, and I move forward more like kind of like a protective, cautious kind of thing. I want to be close in case something does happen. So So I move from the side closer to where Carl is. Like I get really not super close, but like about 4 steps away from
Okay.
to Carl and Sean.
Yeah. Something happens to Sean. On that one success, even if it is a 10, it's still not enough. On that one success, something happens to Sean.
Fuck.
He halfway, like there's about 20 meters between you and the, well, about 10 meters between you and the lady now. Well, between 10 and 5 meters. 5 and 10 meters. Halfway there, Sean goes onto his hands and knees. Sean, what you see in front of you is your mother. You know for a fact she's dead. You know for a fact that what you see in front of you ain't... Yeah, you see it's your mom, but your mind tells you, no, she's dead. How can this be? So what happens to you is the thing we talked about.
Oh my
So what do you
God,
do?
bro.
What do you do? This is the thing that you need to do. You need to explain what your
Yeah.
character is doing now to everybody else.
Okay. So with my character, it's a Malkavian.
No,
Well,
they don't need to know
no.
that. They don't need to know that.
Okay,
What do
well,
your
I am
character
essentially
do?
Going to,
Yeah, what do your
I'm
character
going to
do?
is,
Yeah.
Okay. First thing I do is while I'm on my hands and knees, is I start freaking out. I start screaming, "No, no, this can't be. It physically cannot be. It's been so many years. I saw you died. I watched you die in the hospital bed. How are you here?" Just trying to get my anger and frustration out in some way as to not affect anybody else around me.
Yeah.
And I look up at her and I ask, the first thing I ask is, I start screaming at her and said, how? This physically cannot be possible. Are you really my mother?
So while you all hear that, but between randomly interspersed between the words, he makes puppy dog sounds. He yelps, and it's weird. It's weird. He's like, how can this be possible? How can this be possible? And he grabs the mistress by the shoulder and he starts licking her face excitedly.
Everyone shows affection differently.
He starts licking her face excitedly. Yeah. And she's like, what the fuck? What the? And she pushes you off. You're a kid. You're not supposed to be fucking sired. What the fuck? What the? Kyle, why didn't you tell me this? You could have at least mentioned that there was a fucking kindred in my city. We could have dealt with it. Now we've got witnesses. Kyle looks at her and he's like, ugh, sorry. I can't stand kids. Somewhere, someone decided to fucking turn a fucking child, and now this thing, fuck off! And she pushes you away again. And you just want to give her all the love and affection you can. His butt is waggling like he has a tail, basically. And what's almost worse is that someone turning this. Siring this is you not telling me that this exists, Kyle. The poor little fucker doesn't even have a place to stay, probably. Kyle, could you roll me again a composure survival? Sean?
Oh, you said Kyle.
Sorry, Sean. Roll me a
Survival.
composure survival, sorry.
Zafa was waiting for himself to roll, apparently.
Yeah.
Ah, for
You kick
fuck's
out.
sake.
No. You kick
Oh.
out of it. You return to your normal self. You catch yourself.
Is that Oh,
I'm just gonna let that slide.
okay.
I'm not
So I'm
gonna
like-
give you hunger for now because we can't have you be hungry the first. We just need to get through this particular thing. You catch yourself standing on your hands and legs, under 4 foot in Afrikaans,
Mm.
and you catch yourself, your tongue is still hanging out, and you come to the sudden realization that that shit happened again. Every time this happens, luckily you don't smell of piss, you don't smell of urine or anything, but usually when this happens, somewhere something has either been peed on, or you took a dump somewhere, or something. Well, usually when you took a dump somewhere, it's in your pants. You don't smell any of that, but you regain your composure. And she's just like, you know what, fucking go stand next to, just go to John. Just John is your new friend, okay? Just go stand next to him, please. Please. And she flicks her wrists, or she snaps her fingers, and a wine glass is brought to her. She's visibly shaken. And she looks at you, Theodora. She nods. John, she nods, specifically seeing what you did earlier, like in approval of that. Okay, specifically. And she's like, okay, apparently I don't want to fucking... And she looks at you again, Sean. She's like, no, you know, it's your problem now. You sort yourself out. Don't fuck up. If you fuck up once, you will die, because you're not supposed to be here.
Yes, Mum.
I need to collect myself. Olivia? And she takes a sip of the wine glass. Come forward. State your intentions.
So I slowly move forward to the mistress.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do a slight bow. And I say...
Roll
I'm
me a
sorry.
wits and awareness, please.
Sure.
I mean, everybody can do that if they want to. Or awareness wits, that's the way I should say it. Awareness wits.
Awareness.
Yeah. Everybody can do it.
4
That's
successes.
4 successes? Okay, cool. That's brilliant.
I know.
Ooh.
Good God.
John Andrews.
Wow.
Not good timing.
How would the beast succeed in seeing something? I'm going to explain to you what you see. Oh, wow. No, you guys are fucking killing me with your successes. Her face has visibly softened from, like, visibly, like, it's almost as if it's someone else. But her face is visibly softened. As if she gained control. Or maybe lost control of something. That's what you notice. So what? How would the beast notice that? Sean, you don't see her face soften, by the way. Mr. John, how would the beast? Because you've got you basically activated the you succeeded, but the beast in you came out, and you're succeeding. I could have you roll a what's the word that I'm looking for? It is, I've bought myself the StoryTeller's template. I'm gonna tell you now. It's somewhere. Okay. Your hunger increases by 1. Would you accept that?
We can go with that.
We can go with that. Your hunger increases
That'll
by
work.
1. Yeah. I mean, I could have gotten you to do your compulsions things, but then you would have to harm someone. The chances there that you could harm someone, and we're not gonna.
Yeah, this would be a bad place for that to happen.
Yeah. You like, "Ugh, I'm gonna be hungry for the rest of the time." So her face visibly softens. Olivia, continue.
I'm sorry I did not approach you sooner. I had to make sure the area was safe. No, we of are not always welcome in this continent. I am here based on a mission to get homes for Mara. I will be out of your hair soon.
Could you just repeat that your mic is cutting out a bit? You're here to
Oh,
get tones
sorry.
for?
For Karnar's rebellion
Hmm.
in Wisconsin. I think you'd rather me find them than another clan who is unnatural to blood.
Okay. Okay. She nods. And she looks again at Sean and at you, John, and she's like, okay, cool. You know what? You all, including Kyle, wait for Theodora outside. And John, the thing we spoke about, you gotta sort it out with them now, okay? Not John, Kyle. The thing we spoke about, they're gonna be your help. Even the fucking kid. Takes another sip of her wine, or what seems to be her wine. And Kyle looks around like, hey guys, shall we?
Like, yeah, let's get
No
the
reason to wait here.
fuck out of here.
And while you're leaving, you just hear her scream again in maniacal voice. John, you should look after the kid. And just make sure Olivia doesn't fuck up. And unfortunately, and she trails off. And she looks at Theodora while you guys are walking out. So you go back out again, and you're waiting in the foyer of the building. I'm trying to find a way, Theodora, to capture the essence of my, and she looks to her both her sides, of my toys. And I hear, and I believe you're the person to talk to.
Yes. Well.
And the
what
guy's
will
busy
you,
massaging her neck now and everything, yeah?
What will you be requesting of my services?
I want to capture, I want sculptures made in their honor. But I want to capture their essences, you know?
What do you mean by exact?
I want the sculptures to be as lifelike as possible, anatomically correct. And she smiles.
I see. So, what sort of, sculpture will you be looking for? I can do marble. Perhaps. I can do clay or cement. Cement is nice because you can really capture someone's, true essence.
I think I'm gonna go with the obvious option, and it's cement.
Yes. All right.
So at some point in the near future, I'll send one of my, and she stretches her neck as the guy massages her, toys to you so that you can capture their essence.
Well, I would need to take full measurements, and of course, I would need the supplies as well as payment.
No biggie, everything will be sorted out. Completely. Now, unfortunately, because you're witness to the little fucker being here, you'll have to just look after him and John. And then after the other woman as well. I don't want them to fuck up the city. Or, I just don't want... Just make sure nothing happens, and if it does happen, we'll rather let it happen to them than you.
I see. Well, I do need someone to help out around the studio in the evenings, as my, my assistant during the day needs sleep.
Yeah. So, what are you asking me to get you someone to work at night, or are you gonna get one of them to be your assistants?
Maybe the little puppy dog.
Is that what it reminds you of? I fucking thought he was a cat. Fucking hell. I guess he's one of those, He's one of those. Okay. Yeah, maybe the puppy, maybe... I just need to find out about... That's... Yeah, just look after them, make sure none of them fuck up. And, thank you. And without even acknowledging you any further, she pulls both her toys towards her, and they start, like, having a three-way kiss. And... as if you're not there.
Leave.
Huh? As if you weren't there.
I'm gonna just,
Yeah, it's like...
See you outside.
Yeah, cool. I'll just fuck off. Standing outside, while this is all happening, standing outside, Kyle takes out a cigarette. And he lights it.
Kyle,
And he
what the
smokes.
fuck are we in this time?
Sorry, what?
What the fuck are we in this time?
Yeah, this is some heavy shit, man. And he smokes again. But, like, he has to fake everything, so it's weird. It's just basically a habit for this poor fucker, the cigarette and everything. He looks around. Where are you, Mr. Kid? Sean?
I'm like standing there looking at him. It's like, can I have a puff, please?
He gives you his cigarette, he lights another one. Motherfucker. And, Olivia?
Thank you.
Where are you at this time?
I am a little bit behind him, kind of looking at Sean, trying to see what I can work out from him. And I'm waiting for the opportune moment to maybe pull Kyle aside so I can talk to him privately.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't let my eyes off, because his characteristics of what he did kind of put me back. Like, what is he? Like, am I a werewolf? What is it? Is it something else?
He looks human by... Well, he looks as human as you all do. So...
Because I have ways to find out what he is.
No,
I'd
you
rather
do.
do it.
You do.
I'd rather be more humane about it than have to go the drastic measure for it. So,
Yeah.
So when I can, I want to put Kyle aside and...
I don't know, John, I don't know if you know about, the new thing called Herc on the streets.
I've heard a little, but not enough.
It's essentially... People in the know think that it's a concoction involving blood. Like, you all hear this, by the way. If you can hear, if you're near and close enough for him to close enough to speak with him, you can hear it. And
I caught up, or am I still busy leaving?
you will catch up. I'll tell you now. You will catch up the moment I'll tell you. And we believe, by we I mean us, not the general populace, believe that there's some form of vitae in the concoction. Now, this is what you hear when you exit out, Theodora. Vitae in the concoction. And it fucks mortals up. It makes them almost... And he stands and he flexes his arms. As strong as us. For a short while.
That's dangerous.
Oh, I see where you're going.
And, after about 6 hours, they wither and die as if one of us that's like 200 years old were to all of a sudden die. Now, for those of you who don't know, basically, once you truly die as a vampire, death catches up with you. You decompose for however long you've been alive. Well, dead.
Undead.
Undead,
Jesus
yeah.
fucking
So
Christ.
basically, if you're a vampire for 200 years, you will literally, like, from the moment you officially you hit the true death, you will just start decomposing as if you were dead for 200 years.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that happens for some, like... Then they hit well, let's call it the true death of someone who's like 120, 130 years old. And I know the contract.
That's narrowed down the suspects a little bit.
It is. The big thing is, if it wasn't for one fucker seeing someone die like that, it wouldn't have been a problem. The police are investigating. They are planning on... We just need to sort this out before shit hits the fan. Well, it's already hit the fan. Motherfucker fucking cunts. And if it is Vitae... Oh, hi, Theodora. How are you doing? And he smiles at you.
I'm alright. What seems to be the issue here? What is about Vitae?
Ugh. We believe there's a drug that contains some form of vitae that fucks everything up. It's called Herc, and we have to go see Zakar. Flicks a cigarette, lights up another one, hands another one to the kid.
Wee.
He hand gestures towards each of you. Do you want some?
Not
No,
strong
thank
enough.
you. No.
Why do you think I go through 4 of these a night? So, are we ready to go? Are you all ready to come with me? Well, you have no choice. Apparently, I need to look after you for the night. And he looks at you, Olivia, and he looks at you, Sean. I have to look after you for the night.
That's fine. Can you just let me know when my mother is in a better mood so I can actually have a proper conversation with her, considering how many times, the whole situation? Would be kind of nice to find out. Is she always a bitch? She wasn't like that when she was alive.
Your
From what
mother?
I've seen, kid, you probably want to keep your schedule open somewhere around 2035. That's going to be your first opportunity.
Fantastic.
Your mother?
Yes. What you saw there was, I'm pretty sure was my mother.
Nah, kid. She ain't Scottish. She's definitely not Scottish.
I think you mean Irish, Cal.
She's definitely not Irish.
All right then.
Well, we're gonna go somewhere. Can we go now? Kinda got plans.
Theodora, you know she's definitely not Irish.
Hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, Olivia?
I was just saying, can we head out? Because I got other plans to get through tonight.
Okay. Cool.
But before we go, can I pull Cal aside quick?
Cool. He activates or deactivates the car alarm. You hear bloop bloop, and there's a car there. It's a Honda Civic sedan.
I call shotgun.
The stream is real quiet. Wait, what? I've upped everybody's. Okay, let me just pull this way then. I'm just adjusting the volume. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. It's on the Civic. You pull Kyle to the side. Yes?
What do you know about the kid?
Apparently he is Irish.
You know that's not what I mean, Kyle. Do you know anything else about him? Because I really do not want to have to go the long route to find out what he is. We all know he's not just a normal one of us.
Okay, rumor has it he was part of an experiment. Somewhere in the UK. He was part of an experiment and, instead of letting him die, someone turned him.
I don't think that was a blessing.
Of course it is the blessing of Cain.
Not for
He
him.
gets to be that age forever. He can fuck up as much as he wants. He can get away with a
Yes.
lot of things.
But it looks like he's got a curse to live with for the rest of it forever. Do you know anything about his past and where he came from?
Well, he's from Ireland.
Oh, Kyle, you're so wise sometimes.
I don't know anything. I don't know. I can look into it for you.
Please do. I don't like being in an unknown town with something that's just unnatural to...
But you've got to do me a favor first.
Kyle, I thought we spoke about that one time. It was Bristol. Not again.
A different kind of favor.
Okay. What is it?
I'll call it in when the time arrives.
Well, I'm not driving, so let's get going.
All right. And he gets in. Now, the car smells. It reeks of spoilt milk.
Oh god.
God.
And there's a couple of McDonald's wrappers strewn about in the car.
Oh no.
He switches on the radio, and on the way to the university, he stops over at McDonald's. And he orders him a couple of cheeseburgers, a couple of milkshakes. And from the McDonald's thing, like, he's basically quiet unless you want to speak to him in the car. But he does his thing. It's as if he knows, like, when to keep quiet and whatnot. So he's not a very talkative person, except for obviously ordering the cheeseburgers and stuff. And at every traffic light, when a beggar comes up, he'll give them a milkshake and a cheeseburger or two. And some words are said between them, and he's like, "Hey, Baba, hope you're having a good night," and all of that. And they usually respond to him in kind, like, "Yeah, no, don't, thank you very much." And it's as if they know when he drives around, he's got food. And about 15 minutes later, you get to the university. As you're approaching the university now, it's quite a big university. If you're talking in kilometer size, we're talking about an odd 10 by 12 kilometer area. And upon entering the university, now this is where the car slows down to, like, almost as if he's high on something and driving, because the speed limit is 20 kilometers an hour. Some places 40, but still, it's fucking slow. And you'll see a couple of dormitories. Well, what you guys would know as dormitories, we know them as houses. At the entrance on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side. And on the left-hand side is open fields, like rugby fields and track and field type of stuff. And you drive in, and the moment you drive, he takes a right, and he enters, like, the residences. Oh, that's what we call them, the residences. Basically dormitories. Again, now it's in the thick of the dormitories and everything. And eventually you'll get to a bridge, and you'll drive across it, and hit probably the biggest building on the campus. Now, while you're driving there, he's like, yeah, this is welcome to Zakar's domain.
What?
Zakar. He prefers you call him Zakar. He's a book nerd.
Alright.
And guess where book nerds hang out? And as you
So
drive,
why are we seeing Zakar about this?
we need to tell him that we're here on business. And he might actually, because, you know, he might actually know something. Because he's surrounded by, and he looks at Sean, by kids most of the time. You know, he might know something, but the big thing is we gotta tell him, we're here, and this is the lead. This is where our first lead is taking us. Somewhere on the university grounds, there's someone selling this shit. Or making the shit, we don't know. So we're just basically telling him, listen, we're here, we're not gonna fuck you up, and we're gonna go about our business. He loves books more than anything else. He's a stickler for tradition. This is why we're coming. Like, he's got no fucking power. But because we're in his domain, we need to go, hey, we're here to, you know, drink and shit. So,
right.
stickler for tradition, bitch. Fucking hate it. And some rock tunes is playing on the car as you stop. Kills the car, gets out, lights up another cigarette. Looks at you guys. He opens the car, he closes the car, he opens the car, he looks at you guys. Are you coming? He needs to see our faces.
I don't know, Carl. The smell of spoiled milk is really growing on me.
Hey, I have to make the car seem like a human drives it around, and this is my best impersonation.
You do
It's
know
only
that
recently that I found the McDonald's thing, and apparently a lot of people has got McDonald's crap in their car.
all of us here have at least 2 to 10 times a stronger sense of smell than a human. Come on, dude.
He looks at you. How many of you are there?
Of me? I don't know.
Turns
Probably a whole litter.
Oh no, there's more than one.
I had that. That's
Well, if
rude.
we're gonna see this is a car, dude, we better get going. I imagine daytime will be soon, so go.
Yeah, it's about 9, 10 o'clock at night, so still a while off. And so you walk into this building. It's got these 2 giant ornate wooden doors with some weird engraving of something. It's wooden doors on it, and Kyle opens it, and the smell. Now, I don't know if you guys have smelled this before, but the smell of paper and books assaults you. You know this is definitely a library now. You know, it is that paper, dusty sort of smell. You know, I don't. It's difficult to describe that smell, but you all know what I mean.
Yeah, it's not something you hate. It's not something you love either. It's just something that like sits there.
Yeah, like I used to work in a bookstore, and that smell was fucking awful after a while.
Yeah, after a while, anything smells terrible.
Yeah. And you enter into it, and there's basically the turnstiles for allowing you in as a student and whatever. And from the turnstiles, 2 separate walkways, you can call it that. One is a ramp leading up, and another is a ramp leading down. And when I mention, it's basically a ramp leading along the sides of the wall, going up to a certain floor, and on each floor there's a collection of books. And at the turnstile, this blonde girl, or platinum blonde girl, looks you up and down. It's like, "Can I help you?"
What are you
Kyle's,
looking for, Zakar?
before Kyle gets a word in, like, "Oh, Zakar. Okay, yeah, no, sure. Just go up 2 levels. You'll find him in the, and it pains me to say this, you'll find him in the occult section of the library, in the religious section." And for some reason, she just accepts you all. She looks at the kid. She looks at Sean. She looks at John Andrews and secret GM roll. Nope, nothing. And she just smiles, and she's like, "Oh, Lady Sinclair. Almost didn't see you there. Wait, you spoke to me. Oh, wow. It's an honor to have you here, Lady Sinclair. Do you need anything to drink? Do you need any what do you need? Can I help you in any way?"
No, I'm fine. We just need to see Zakar immediately.
All right. And is this? And she looks at Olivia. Your friend?
More of an acquaintance.
Yes.
Her face drops. It's like, okay, fine, fine. And she opens up the turnstiles, and she looks at you, John. She nods her head. She recognizes you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she just nods her head and keep quiet. You've seen a couple of people that's in the know treat you like this. They don't want They don't want to upset the big fuck off guy.
Right.
Yeah, they're fucking scared of you. Okay, they're fucking scared of you.
Cockbong.
Yes, cockbung, cock scared. Yeah, KAK, shit scared. And Carl walks up to the 2nd level. You guys follow him.
Yep.
And sitting there between 2 shelves is a guy dressed in a guy with short, like almost like a shaven head, with a black trench coat, looking at a book, closing it, and then letting it fall and looking at the pages, then closing it, and then letting it fall, and then looking at the pages, and then he starts writing something in a little notepad, and he looks at the book, closes it, he throws it up in the air, lets it fall, turns it over, writes down the page number, or he writes something down, and he closes it. And he's just busy doing that, and he's focused on this book. He doesn't seem to notice you. Kyle is like, Zakar! He flat out ignores him. He's just continuing on scribbling in his book. And dropping the book, scribbling notepads, dropping the book again, shaking his head. He's focused.
I walk up to him, I grab him by the trench coat and go, "Oi! What are you doing?"
He looks at you, he looks at you and he's like, "Oh my god! Fuck it, what are you doing here?" And
That's a good way to lose a hand, kid.
I just point behind me at Kyle.
And he looks at Kyle. He looks each and every one of you over. And he says... He looks at you specifically, Olivia. And he looks at you with a quizzical look.
You should take a picture, hun. It lasts longer.
Nah, Emery. No, Emery. No. That's...
Wait, what?
What
What did you
Emery,
just say?
Could you just look at this book for me, please?
I'm taken back from what he says.
Mm-hmm.
And I move closer to him slowly, and I pick up the book he wanted me to look at.
Okay, now what I need you to do is roll me a D100 times 3. So I'm going to walk you through the process, and I'm going to do it in Afrikaans a little bit. /R.
Oh no, what?
/R.
Okay, /R.
Space.
Space.
D100.
Okay.
Static key. 3.
Okay? What's a static key?
Asterisk 3.
Asterisk.
What's an asterisk?
The star.
Shift
On your
8.
numpad.
Okay.
Shift 8.
Star.
Yeah.
There we go. And then 3?
Yeah.
Oh, so like in math. Got it. Cool.
Wow.
What does that mean?
So he gave you the book. Do you open the book?
I look at the cover of the book. What does the cover say?
It's literally a nondescript book. It's like natural. It's a leather bound book. There's no title on it.
Is there?
Nothing.
Do I feel like this is a magic, a tome or artifact? Like with my deal.
Could you roll me an occult plus intelligence roll, please? It's a normal. As far as you can tell, it's a normal book.
Okay.
Do you open it?
I look at him one more time. What is he looking at me or the book? No,
He's looking at you, then to the book, then at you, and he motions with his
Waiting.
hand.
Okay, so I open the book and I start paging through.
You open the book,
What?
and you start paging through this. It's full of occultish diagrams and crap
Oh.
and.
Do I
info
know
about-
what clan it's linked to?
You can't really say what clan it's linked to, but it's
Okay.
as if someone from outside the Kindred Society wrote this book.
Hmm.
And as you page through, you get about halfway through, and you stop on page 282.
It's oddly specific.
What do I see on page 282?
It's, again, just random ramblings of what seems to be a madman, or mad persons.
No.
And you move to turn to the next page, but something is stopping you. No matter how hard you try, you can't turn the page.
Is it because I'm just weak and I haven't been hitting the gym, or is it like some magical voodoo thing going on here?
Zakar sees this, and he's like, page number! Emery, page number! What page number are you on?
It's 282. I can't get to 283.
Okay, cool. Close the book, and let it fall open.
Okay. So I close it. I held it a little bit above me, and I just released.
And he's like, page number! And he's ready. You look, 282.
282.
He's like, interesting. Okay, cool. Emery, give the book to the kid. And he starts smiling.
Okay. I pick up the book, and while I'm moving towards Sean, I look at Zakar. Zakar, when last did you see me?
A couple of days ago. What do you mean?
I just, I've been sleeping a lot. I just didn't remember when last we
Well, a
met.
couple of nights ago, at least.
Nights? Okay. Kid, here, take it.
Sure. Not much of a reader though.
No one is.
You open
Car,
up the
don't do
book.
the same as she did.
Yeah, you open up the book. You see nothing. It's blank pages.
Can you read any of these words, kid?
No. There's nothing in here.
Wait, what?
I don't see anything. It's blank.
And he scribbles on his notepad. He's like, okay,
Can I
cool.
see what he's scribbling at all? Like if I move closer? will
No,
I be
no,
able
he's
to work
literally
out
like,
later?
when you move closer
Okay.
to him, he's like, research. And he
Okay.
scribbles again. And he proceeds to give you all the book eventually. And it all, except for the two of him and Olivia, you don't see anything. Olivia literally, when you look at the book, when Sean or John or Theodora is holding it, you can see shit. But they all keep telling you there's nothing here. There's nothing. It's blank pages, essentially. That's the message they give you. So, I gotta tell you, I almost became Kyle / Zakar. So here's the cool thing about the book, Emery. I got it from people that supposedly were slayers. And it's interesting that I can only open it up to page 112. I can only open it up to page 112. And you,
Do you know
apparently,
why?
and he looks at his notes, but he looks at his notes like the whole Austin Powers thing, to 282. Which is
These
different
slayers.
because last time you could open it up to, you could only open to page 170? Looks at his notes, yes, 170. What has changed,
I guess-
Emery?
All my napping, maybe it just made me a little knowledgeable.
Huh, I'll have to test this some more. So, yes,
Zakar?
why are you here? And he, all of a sudden, he notices all of you, like, yeah, well, why are you here? Kyle?
Well,
Kyle looks at you, he's like, go ahead. He seems to know you.
To me?
Yeah.
Zakar, we kind of just want to walk around the university, ask some questions. We've heard about this, how do you say, drug that's been going around. Have you heard anything?
You see Sean? He takes out a piece of candy, gives it to him,
Me! Thank you!
Oh,
and he thinks about it. I've heard rumors. Like, if you want to get anything on the university grounds, you'll have to go to the bridge.
Rich.
Anything. Unfortunately, that's also where I got this book from.
These slayers, Zakar, did they approach you or did you find them
No, I found them
under the bridge?
on the bridge.
On the bridge? So
I'll
they weren't,
explain
like,
how the
trolls
bridge
or
looks when
anything?
you get there, so trust me. They just call it the bridge.
The bridge. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's the hip and happening place, like, and he looks at you and he's like, Emery, but you know about this. But for those of you who don't know, the bridge is the hangout place. There's a couple of restaurants, coffee shops, smaller bookshops. Everything is there. Even the radio station is there.
it's like a small mall.
It's like a very small... It's literally the size of a bridge. But you know this. And he looks at you again. No, he still believes you're Emery.
I know, but people I'm with don't really trust me. So,
Yeah,
make
so,
sure they hear everything.
Yeah,
Can't just say it's the bridge unless you say it, because you're the wise one, you're the knowledgeable one.
Yeah, and he takes the book. He's like, yeah, well, just don't break too many things or the Masquerade. Do what you must.
I'll try.
And if you have to feed, please don't do it here.
Okay. Well, I got my stock with me. You hear that, guys? So we're gonna go head off to the bridge, which is can you tell them what directions to cut? Because if I say it's that way, they might think I'm taking them to an alleyway to jump them.
Funny thing is, you drove over the bridge when you came here.
Oh, okay, never mind.
The bridge you drove over was next to another bridge, and the other bridge was basically a building.
Okay, so I don't need to ask that.
Yeah, so basically, when you exit the library, the door you've entered the library from, the bridge is behind you. So when you exit the library, you see this giant. It's like a giant hallway. It's just like it's about 20 or 30 meters, and then you hit the glass doors, and it's just this rectangular building, which presumably was built on a road that was there before, that served as a bridge for the road, and for the road underneath it. Yeah. And Kyle is like, I'm gonna stick in the car for a bit. I need to make a couple of phone calls.
Don't die from noxious gas.
And he lights up a cigarette. He's like, nah, noxious gas don't kill us. You know that.
I want to try and persuade Kyle while the rest of the guys are getting out the car at the bridge. I want to try and persuade him. Tell me about these phone calls. Maybe try and get a little bit more information out of Kyle himself, because we don't really know him that much.
Are you gonna use discipline, or are you just want to use your skills?
No. Because I don't want to go with manipulation. I don't want to go with manipulation or intimidation. I'd rather just go with persuasion.
Okay, do a
reasonable.
Yeah, you want to persuade him. Do me a persuade and charisma check, please. Persuasion, charisma.
Charisma. Right. Oh, fuck me!
Whoa! Oh!
God.
So I'm gonna give you the option. Do you want me to roll for what you do as a beast? Or do you want to choose something? I'll give you options.
I don't know. Just roll. Give me a scenario. This is not gonna go well.
Okay, I'll roll for you.
Well, it was a quick campaign.
Roll me a d10. /R space d10.
Eight.
You're paranoid.
Am I paranoid?
You're basically paranoid. So you walk up to him. How do you ask him, like, if you were paranoid, how would you approach him?
I kind of approach him like, very jittery. I'm like fiddling with my hands, fiddling with my hair a little bit. Like, hey, Kyle. So, these phone calls, they to anyone specific? Anyone we need to know about in terms of the case, maybe?
He looks at you. He can clearly... wonder if he can clearly see. That's 1, 2, 3. He clearly realizes you're a bit paranoid. Starts looking around. Kid, apparently there's aliens here. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. Apparently there's aliens. In this hometown, in this town, in BLOEMFONTEIN. It's fucking amazing. You should hear. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, man.
John just starts laughing. That would be
alrighty then.
some serious shit.
I'm gonna go join the rest of the guys. And I kind of saunter off knowing that I got absolutely fucking nothing out of it.
Mm-hmm. You guys... Okay, what happened was you guys moved up towards the bridge, and he stayed behind, and eventually he catches up.
Fair.
As you enter the bridge, in front of you, like I said exactly, it's a longish hallway, and on the one side is just basically glass looking out onto basically a fucking road going underneath you, and the rest of the city on that side. It's clear glass. It's dark as night. Well, dark as night. And on your right-hand side, you enter and you see a Steers takeaway restaurant. And next to the Steers takeaway restaurant, it is a it's Steers. It's oh crap, what's that healthy food place? It's a health nut place. And next to that, it's a pizza place. Sorry?
Subway?
Vita? No, not Subway.
It's not Vita. It's like a health... There's literally... It's something called like a cocktail or something is the place's name. I can't remember for the life of me, but it's a popular South African place. But anyway,
Margarita?
No. It's the Steers, the healthy place, a pizza place, a samosa place, and in front of it is like 3 or 4 tables with 3 or 4 chairs, with 4 chairs per table. You know, so that people can sit here during lunchtime and eat. Students can sit here during lunchtime and eat. And at the very end, you see just this giant, inside of this hallway, it's a giant building with the sign Coffee FM. That is the radio thing. And you can hear, now that you listen to it, the actual radio station and the DJ talking about crap and saying like, coming up in 10 minutes, we'll have a half-hour special song request from Yuhan, who's busy studying archaeology, and he's sending all these songs out to what he says is his current girlfriend. And he talks a bit, and so the song plays and everything. And another thing you guys notice is there's 2 groups of people. One sitting across the healthy food place, looking very shiftily, and another group further on, closer to the DJ, closer to the radio station. There's no real food places across there. It's basically just the 3 or 4 places here, and then the table with the 4 people, 2 men, 2 women, and the other group of people, just men, sitting closer to the DJ thing. And the men, the furthest group, they're eating burgers and stuff, as if they're preparing to go big or go home tonight. And this group, the group closer to you, is like, they're on their nerves. They're clearly, you can, even you, Sean, once you will join up with them by now, you know that they're a bit shiftily, you know, they're on edge. And they're drinking out of squeegee bottles, eating at eating samosas, drinking out of squeegee bottles, and just talking in very hushed tones.
Safa, do they look like they're starting to tweak at all? Like, do I see sign I recognize?
No. You won't.
Okay.
You won't recognize. No. You won't see any. No, you don't see any of those. No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they're just very. They're on edge. Yeah.
Good enough.
Zafa, can I pull out that photo I have and just see if there's any places that, you know, link to that photo?
This is Emily's photo, right?
Yes.
You do recognize. I mean, it's been a while since you've been in South Africa. You do recognize one photo, but it's got the same logo as the Steers restaurant. Not necessarily the same place, but you know there's a Steers restaurant somewhere else than this bridge. Yeah.
Can I use perhaps Fancy Unseen? See if there's anything I can possibly see that no one else can?
Yeah, you can do it. What are the roles required?
I believe it's Wits and Auspex or Resolve and Auspex.
And that would be under the Auspex, right?
Yeah.
Sense the unseen. Let me just quickly catch up here. Yeah, do it. Roll me a... roll me a Wits and Aspects. Let's see where that leads you.
Which one? What's an aspect?
Yeah.
Jeez.
You gain hunger. That's a rouse check.
Oh.
So you gain one more hunger. You're at hunger
Yikes.
2 now.
Alright.
And then you can roll the Wits and Aspects. Or the You don't see, and let me tell you this, I'm going to give you the result. You don't see anything.
Alright, nothing. Alright.
Yeah, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. No one is scrying on you. There's no ghosts here. There's no vampire trying to hide or another kindred trying to hide or whatever. So that is... you just see the mortals, basically. Like,
Okay.
whatever auras they might have had or whatever. Not necessarily auras, but there's nothing out of the ordinary here. Just the radio DJ and the 2 groups of people, one being Shifty.
Can I approach the shifty looking group just like all casual and just like sit by them and just start chatting to them and see if I can find out anything about a drug that's been around?
How old is your vampire? Like, in human years? Like, I'm talking, were you sired when you were about 25?
25,
right?
but yeah, I
You're
look
about-
young for my age.
You look...
I could be a master's student, you know, needing
you're-
a little
yeah.
hit to help my thesis.
Okay, go. So you sit next to them.
I start off with casual conversation saying, you know, I'm part of foreign exchange working on my master thesis here in South Africa. I'm an entomologist working on water hyacinth, you know, trying to help the farms. And, you know, this thesis has just been killing me. Do you guys, you know anything that can help me get through those long nights?
Hi!
Hi!
We can clearly see that your studies are getting to you.
Pale skins.
Well,
Don't get much sunlight.
Well, you've been studying too hard. You have to... You need to try this.
Try what?
And one of them give you a squeegee bottle. Do you take it?
The squeegee bottle, and I obviously I open it to smell it.
Mhm.
What color is it? Like, can you tell me the details about it?
It's essentially just vodka.
It's vodka.
It's vodka.
Okay.
And maybe like a smidgen of orange juice.
Oh, so I want to be mimosa. Screwdriver, I see. I was thinking something more that would help me than make me get too flimsy drunk.
Oh, no. We only drink. We only drink to pass the time and, you know. And campus security starts walking past and they close their things and they eat. They close the squeegee bottle and they grab it from you and they eat. They're like, act normal, act normal. And security guard walks off. Or campus security walks off. They're like, it's kind of illegal drinking in public here, you know?
Oh no, I'm from America. We don't give a shit. So, if you guys can't help me, do you guys know anyone that can? Because alcohol and me don't go well. You heard any people selling anything?
Oh, you're talking about dacha and stuff like that.
Oh, yes, this man. Yes, let's go with that. Something like in those lines. Maybe a little stronger.
Well,
Who would I talk to?
you could talk to campus security about that. They're usually good suppliers of dacha. But no, we don't know anything. We don't know anyone. We just know about the dacha stuff. You know, we're not into those kind of things.
I'm just into getting to alcoholics and beer bops at a young age. Got it. Well, thank you so much for being absolutely useless. Enjoy your evenings.
Well,
I get up and leave.
And one of them mutters under their breath. And, well, that's successful. And the DJ says, the next thing you hear on the speakers and the thing, the DJ is like, yeah, this is Yuan's song list for the next 30 minutes. He chose it. I do apologize for his poor song choice and whatever. But yeah, enjoy the songs. And on that, we are going to take a quick break.
Thank God, because I need to pee.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, I saw the messages. I'm like, yeah.
Like I need a pee.
Yeah, we can quickly take a quick break.
Wait, are we still alive? Did I just admit to needing to pee in the stream? Because
we're still live. We are live. Yeah. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm sure nobody clipped it or anything.
Yeah, of course, second class, of course.
Shall we say just after 10:02?
Yeah, just after about 10 minutes break, ladies and gentlemen,
Okay,
we
cool.
will be right back. And enjoy the break screen that I put up, but we will see you in about 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere and be tasty. Welcome back from the break. Hi, welcome back. Welcome back from the break, everybody. Let's continue on with this thing. Okay.
I want to roll to see what that person be saying behind my back.
Roll me a wits and awareness. Awareness wits. Sorry, I need to switch it around.
Oh, I don't know if it's gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, interesting.
Well,
I'd love to see.
We need to stop rolling dice.
We need to stop rolling dice for tonight, yeah.
oof, okay.
So, what essentially happens is you're straining to listen what they're saying with your back towards them. And, you hear one of the kids, one of the male says, "Fucking bitch," under his breath. But as that happens, you turn around and look at him. And he's like, "Fucking bitch!" And he's frozen.
Okay. So I slowly walk back towards the table, towards him. I get like really close, like I lean in towards him.
He's literally shitting bullets. Sweat is dripping down his neck as you move in closer. The other kids, the other people just like moved out of the way because you turned around in such a fashion that put everybody on edge if they're mortal specifically. They just move away from him. One girl is drinking her
just like
cool drink. Like, yeah. And he's sitting there.
Again.
And you're here
really
next to him.
And I whisper in his ear, "You want to say that again?"
No. No.
Okay.
I didn't say any. Sorry.
I'm gonna ask one more time. Where can I find the drug?
We really don't know. I'm so sorry.
And I pat him on the chest really hard, like he could feel it like, but not to the point where he falls over, like really hard.
Mm.
You have a great evening. And I slowly walk away again.
Okay, everybody else except for Olivia, roll me awareness wits, please. Please don't fucking activate the beast. Anyone? Okay?
I know.
The bitchiness
Game
is
over.
real. Hey, Sean! Yay! Good job.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Success is what I needed was 2. You all notice all of a sudden there's a puddle at the bottom, like below the kid that she just patted on the chest a little bit. There's a puddle.
Oh, goodness. Sean, control yourself.
The kids, the other people like eventually mission back, and he's like, and he just storms off past the radio station into another door there. One would think that's probably where the toilets are, but into another door past the radio station, or what you would perceive to be the radio station. And
Kinda
one of the
tempted to
girls are
follow
like,
him.
what the fuck? What the fuck is this guy? Ach nee man, no, nee, ach no, no, Stefan, oh you sissy, and they just move off. What a way to spoil the night, that sort of thing. They just move off again. Yeah.
That's a good cackle.
Well, if anyone's hungry, there's a scared little chicken with blood rushing.
Wait, can I get your hungers, those that gained hunger tonight?
Oh,
Actually,
You would have to
Theodora,
remind the GM of that.
Theodora, you should have one less hunger because you accidentally rolled rouse for a free check, I believe.
where
Should I take it away? Alright.
the hell?
Yeah, it's basically free, so you don't need to roll a rouse check. Your hunger is at the bottom of your... No, where's your hunger at?
Yeah, at the bottom.
Isn't
Right
it?
at the bottom.
Yeah.
Way at the bottom, yeah. There's basically... John has 2, right?
Yes. Well, you should have. I'm still at 1.
John?
John's frozen.
I am at 2, but I also know that he's not my type.
Yeah.
That one's a picky. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So you can take away 1 hunger, Theodora. We messed up that roll. Okay, cool. So none of you are particularly... Well, she mentions it, and some of you are like, maybe. Nah.
I like my food piss-free, thanks.
You don't want some extra salt somewhere on them.
I don't
So
like
you
that
said-
extra bit of seasoning.
He didn't go to the bathroom though. That's what you said. He went to some other doorway, right?
You assume that would be the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. So what happens is the DJ just announced that there's 30 minutes of songs coming up, and he gets out of the... Well, you won't see it, but the group sitting close to the DJ booth, or the radio station booth, gets up and walks behind it.
That doesn't look suspicious at all. Shall we
Not
go
at
see what the
all.
big party's going?
Should we
Can
follow
I-
him?
Yeah. Can we follow them? Can I follow them, but be like a little bit in the lurk? Like, I obviously don't want to be bleeding. Like, hi. You know.
Do you have any skills or disciplines that could make you
How stealthily
potentially...
are you? That's
I
the
have
question.
stealth. I have 3 stealth.
Oh, fuck, okay. Off you go.
Let me just quickly check here.
Yeah, let me check. Like, so I look at the group like, so who's the most sneakiest of us all?
I'm normally the tiniest, but you seem to blend into the general populace a little bit more than I do.
Yeah, she also just really made herself well known to that group.
That is fair.
Plus, here's the other thing. He's a kid at on the university grounds. I don't
But
think...
he looks 11, so he ain't going.
He is 11, 12, 13, somewhere there.
He ain't going.
He ain't going nowhere. He's got to be with adults at all time. And you are his adults.
I don't want to be his adults.
Where's Kyle and all this? Is he still at the car?
He's not there at all, no.
No. fuck you calling me? Okay, so
He's making
think
phone
it's-
calls.
I think it's agreed that I will go find out what they're talking about. In the meantime,
Okay.
you guys want to...
What is it, Theodora?
I kind of stick out.
Oh,
You kind of do.
it's like a sore thumb. It's okay. Do you guys want to maybe check around this area while I go see what's going around the corner? Make sure the kid does not get too much attention.
I'll keep an eye on the rent.
Aye.
Okay.
God.
So what I need to roll to follow them? Stealth and...
What you need to roll is basically... You can do stealth and dexterity, but they... Yeah, you can do stealth and dexterity. I need at least 2 successes from you.
How about 4? Does that work?
That's work. That works. No one hears you as you approach them. As you approach them, you need to roll me again. You need to hear what they're saying. So
Okay,
I'm gonna
then that's
go
all.
wits and awareness again. Our favorite roll for tonight.
Who am I gonna make pee this time? 3. How many did you need?
It's enough.
Okay.
They speak in normal. They don't scream at each other. They don't whisper. They just talk normally. They feel like they're alone. And cool. And you basically hear something along the lines of, "I get off in an hour. Meet me at Mystic. Then I'll give you the shit there. But then you gotta make sure you take it nowhere near Mystic. You gotta go into a field somewhere."
Cool.
You hear... Yeah?
No, keep going.
Okay, while you're thinking... John! Bubba! Is that
Turn
you?
around.
So you look to where the voice is coming from, and it's one of the cashiers at one of the takeaways. It's a black dude. Not
Yeah.
if we go the American route, this is an African. Not an African American. It's a black dude. He's like, "Yes, so John."
Wait, does that make me an American African now?
That tech dude. I've had that same question with one of my friends. They immigrated to America, so I'm like, and they're white, and I'm like, does that make you? And I leave it blank. They're like, no, don't go there. I'm like, okay, cool, okay.
Yeah,
You're
I
not
wouldn't.
African Americans. Okay, it's cool.
Okay, let's carry on.
You're American. Well, you're an American. Yeah, let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
And you see someone. Let's call him Mpo. He's from your neighborhood, so he recognizes. You recognize him from your neighborhood. He's a friend of
Right.
Jack the.
Gotcha.
He's like, "Is that you? What are you doing here, Bubba?"
Just meeting up with a couple people. What's going on, man?
Nothing much. Did you hear about the next scheduled fight that Jack is going against? Who Jack is
Who's he
going
got?
against? He's going against someone called the. And I don't know how they get these names, but someone called Stephen the Destructor Stevens. And
Do I recognize the name at all? Or...
no. This is someone. Somewhere someone shat out this person, the name, and you don't know if this is a good. Like, you know nothing about this guy being in the fighting scene. So this is either an up-and-comer or someone that's just attempting to ruffle the feathers of the better-known fighters a little bit. Trying to make a name
Gotcha.
for himself. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I don't know if anything is if that name is to go by. I'm kind of stressed out for Jack.
I wouldn't worry about it. Everybody comes up with nicknames, and most of them are terrible.
Okay.
What are you doing in this neighborhood?
And he looks next to him and is like, "I work here."
Oh, right.
Yeah. Do you want a burger though? Do you want to
Yeah.
do you want a burger? Yeah, sure, cool. Let's see. It's Wednesday. It's Wacky Wednesday. Ah, cool. I can give this to you for free. It's no biggie. Here's 2 burgers for you. You get a chicken
That's
and a
even
beef
better.
burger. Yeah. You get a chicken and a beef burger and some chips or fries, and Coke, Fanta, Sprite. What do you want?
Sprite.
Sprite. And he pours you a Sprite and he hands it to you. But yeah,
So,
we should hang out
have
again
you-
sometime, man. We should gooi some bietjie dagga again sometime, man.
Oh, you know my place is always open.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Have you noticed anything like along that line that we need to be worried about over here? Since you work over here, have you heard anything going on?
Aside from the normal dagga suppliers, nothing much. Do you think
Alright.
people are supplying Herc from here somewhere?
I heard about something new, and I'm just trying to figure out where it's coming in from.
Oh, there's something new. It's probably Herc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
No,
you heard
I-
anything about it?
No, I know of it because,
Okay.
and he points to a newspaper. Herc floods the streets is the headline somewhere.
Right.
Like, yeah. And in South Africa, when they say it floods the streets, there's like 1 or 2 random cases that shit happened, and now it's all of a sudden an epidemic. You know.
It's true.
You've been You've been in this country long enough to know that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exaggeration. Yeah.
It sells papers.
Yeah, basically. But if you want, I can keep my ear on the ground and try and figure out if anything is happening.
I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, but are you gonna be there for the next fight?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool.
I'll be in the corner.
Okay, cool. I'll let Jack know. I mean, he always seems to fight better when you're around somehow. Are you spiking the other fighters? Are you, giving them something beforehand and then Jack wins? You can
Of
tell
course not. That would be traceable.
Okay, fine. You seem to know a lot about this, but it's time for me to almost close up shop. Let me get back to it. Have a good one.
You got it, man. Have a good night.
Cool. And he slides the thing closed, and you hear him start whistling a random tune, probably doing something behind the shutters. And on that, I believe Olivia returns.
So, I'm watching the group. Have they dispersed, or are they all just chilling together? What is happening with the group right now?
So she returns to the group.
Oh no, I'm talking about the group the DJ group.
Yeah, no. Like, you return to the coterie. You return to these guys.
Oh, okay.
And you all see that the group that went around the DJ booth or the radio station booth went off to that side of the bridge, to out that way. And you couldn't see the DJ. So yeah, you just saw the group walking off. And that's it.
Okay, so
If you were to look, Olivia, you would have seen the same thing.
okay. Is like John, Sean, and Theodora together, or they disperse?
Well, I'm
John
standing
just
here.
returns from Steers. As the
And
shutter
I'm
closed.
being babysat.
By Theodora.
Really?
Cool.
Theodora,
So I'll
this
come
place is a
closer.
little bit dirty, by the way.
I know, it's atrocious. I'm not looking very happy. I'm highly disgusted in my surroundings.
It's not that bad. Could be worse.
I know.
So I come
And
in.
that puddle that you left is not helping at all. And I think you got some on my shoes. You will be receiving a bill from me.
What?
For new shoes.
Fine.
Do any of you know anything about Mystic? I look at Theodora, who I know knows more about the town than anyone.
Okay, both Theodora and John knows about the club called Mystic Boer. Mystic Boer, okay? Or in English, Mystic Farmer. But it's Mystic Boer. You can't say Mystic Farmer, you call it Mystic or Mystic Boer. It used to be a very, very cool hangout place, especially for people like you, Theodora. Like earlier in your stays here in Bloom, you could actually hang out dressed exactly like the way you are, and nobody would bat an eye. If you were to go there now, people would recognize you, and like, hey, I remember her from 10 years ago. She hasn't, they would recognize you because that was 10 years ago when Mystic was still Mystic and good and decent. Now it's basically a club where first-year students hang out for at least the first 6 to 8 months of their first year, and then they go find other places. Yeah. And John, you would know because you know a couple of people that works there.
Right.
The pizza lady, Emily, the pizza lady. A couple of the cleaners, you know them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's what you know about Mystic. You've been there a couple of times, and it's a decent place. You've helped out. Let's roll me a D100 quickly on the roll 20 there, second class. You've helped out with at least... You helped out disperse 10 fights in the last 2 years that you've been here.
Gotcha.
In Mystic. Yeah. Mystic is the type of place they don't need bouncers. It's usually the bartenders that sorts out the shit. Bartenders
Right.
and the regular clientele. So when shit just started happening, you're like, motherfucker, I'm gonna start fucking sorting this out and making sure the place is safe. So if you were to go there now, some of them would recognize you as, hey, that's the guy that helped us out in that one fight or whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nightclub in the area, but it's a freshman club. It's pretty low rent.
Well, my sources tell me that is where we can find our little drug epidemic.
Makes
The only lead
sense.
we got, I think we should follow it.
I think we should. You, kid, need to go.
What?
No offense, I don't think 11-year-olds are allowed in.
I could tear up my clothes and look like a drug addict and hang out at the back of Mystic. Maybe that'll work.
An 11-year-old naked drug addict.
You'd be surprised.
Okay. As long as you don't get too much.
Any one of you, whoever's got the highest. No. Let's do a collective roll here. I would like to know the total of. Let me just try and figure out what this is gonna be. Let's do. This is gonna be a weird one. I want all your dots from all of you. From intelligence, and let's do an intelligence streetwise. What's the total dots?
I've got 5 and.
In both of them.
Oh no, but intelligence is 2, streetwise is 3.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. 5. Yeah.
I've got 3.
3.
I've got 3.
Go 4.
So it's 15 in total, right? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. I think it is. I'm gonna roll a collective roll for you all. 15 d10. I believe it is greater than 6. Oh no, that doesn't help. Okay, let me just count it here. 1, 2. Okay, cool. You've got more than those 10s. Just gave me more than enough successes. Mystic is such a club that sometimes parents would go there, like old Mystic patrons would go there with their kids, and it's reasonably okay, depending on who's at the door, who's doing door duty tonight. Tonight, currently, no one is performing, so it's just a normal night. Everybody can come and go as they please. It is still early enough for you to be allowed to take your... I mean, it's your... If you act like his parents, you can... One of you act like either father or the mother or whatever, could get away with bringing a kid into the pub. or nightclub
Okay.
or whatever. Yeah.
If that's the case, I think I should stay behind.
And
No, I think I have an idea. John, you have connections in the club, right?
I know a couple people.
I think you're gonna take Sean in with you. Say it's your nephew or something. And then when you can, distract everyone. Let Sean sneak in. He's small enough. I'm sure he can get by all the crowded people and just see if you can locate the drug within this facility. And Theodora, you gonna come to the club?
I can be quite persuasive, so I believe I am coming with you.
I feel like the DJ is the one we need to watch out for, though. He seems to be the one bringing the drug to the club. So does anyone want to, I don't know, charm your way into his life? I would say me, but I tend to leave the men because
So why am I the one that gets stuck with take your kid to drink day?
Take your kid to drink day. Like Jared,
Because-
your father back in the day, your father actually took you out to drink before you got
Hey,
married.
we're
Yeah.
fucking Irish. Of course we did.
because you have more connections and you'll probably be able to bring the kid into a club at this hour. Meanwhile, me, a stranger, bringing a kid in, no one knows. It's a little sus. Plus, I look a little too young to have a kid.
Fair enough.
I think she just called you old.
Mm.
Okay. Well, you guys go to the club. I guess.
A
I'll
voice
just
from the
stalk-
sky is like, just try and figure out how the DJ looks. You just heard him. No one knows how the DJ looks, Olivia.
Oh, no one does.
Yeah.
God?
What if? But he's gonna go after in an
Because-
hour. The group's already left. He has to be at the station for an hour because he
Mm.
said he'll meet them in an hour.
Well,
So if
in
someone
an hour, so
scouts out-
after the songs are finished, half an hour from then. So the one side of the DJ box is walled off, like it in an L shape. This side and that side is walled off. That side has got windows. Okay, so you approached. If you look from the top, the group of kids were sitting here. They walked around. You were here, and you listened to. You went to here and listened to what they were saying, and then you just turned around and walked back. You never saw
Hopefully.
the DJ. So I would suggest you just like I'm trying to help you out here. Otherwise, he
no.
picks up at Missing's like you don't know who it is.
Maybe put in a song request. Go knock on the window.
Could work.
Yeah, I'm just
It's not the
voice
worst
of
idea.
reason, just saying, hey, buddy. The voice of reason ain't gonna show much of itself, but sometimes I think it just needs to. Otherwise,
Ah.
yeah.
Just every now and again, it's like, oh, thanks, God.
Okay, so someone needs to find out who the DJ is and follow him. Someone needs to go scout out Mystic for the potentials who are going to be getting the drug. So, who's doing what?
Well, I suppose I can go find out what the DJ looks like.
Okay.
And John
And
and
I
will
guess
go to
we're
Mystic.
gonna go party!
Alright,
Yay!
Yay.
let's go do our thing.
Okay, cool. So you walk back to the car where Kyle is at. Theodora, you walk towards. I take it you walk towards the DJ booth
Mm-hmm.
or the radio. I don't know what it's called. It's a radio station, but it's literally just like a small room with everything that a radio station needs. But I just call it a DJ booth.
Just call it a radio booth.
Radio booth,
Radio
yeah.
booth.
Radio booth, okay. And yeah, you walk up. What do you do specifically?
Is there a glass window in front
Yeah,
of me?
like I said, if you walk up, like you guys are over here on the bridge, right? So
Mhm.
they moved back to the car, and you're here. So if you're gonna walk around, you'll see that there is glass over there, so they can see. So live DJ, you can see the DJ live while on the bridge.
All right.
Yeah.
Is there a person on the other side of the glass, like a person with a mixing board, or not?
Yeah, it's basically everything is in that little room. The DJ is physically there, and he's just listening to the music, reading a book. 10 minutes have passed, song's still playing. He's just reading a book. He's reading
Okay.
Twilight.
Uh,
Wow.
So I walk up and I kind of like Excuse me. Excuse me?
And
Hello?
he looks up, and he's like, takes it off, closes the book, opens the book, folds a piece of paper, so that he has his place, closes the book, and walks out. And you've seen this look before.
Hmm.
He is simply enamored by your beauty. You've seen this look a couple of times before, like, usually, well, you've seen it from men and women. And he's like, hello, yes, what is a woman like you doing in a place like this?
Wow. I was just wondering, may I put any special song requests in?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yes. What
Right,
songs?
So, I'm a huge fan of the Cranberries, and I would just love for you, and I kind of like stroke his cheek, to
His
play
legs
one or
become-
two of the Cranberries songs.
Anyone? Specific one specifically?
Zombie, please.
Zombie.
That's my favorite.
Okay, yes. Wow, can I get your name? You know, I need to say who requested the songs.
Just Theo. Theo is fine.
Theo? Okay, cool. And due to a census thing they're running at the radio, I need your I need your number as to who requested the song, so that they can potentially like just try and figure out. We're trying to find out what the age group
Yes.
of our listeners are. And
So
hand you a piece of paper.
need my number to ask me how old I am. Can't you see? I'm standing right in front of you. Clearly, you do not need to ask me.
No, but this is it's not my job. It is actually the radio owner's, station owner's job to figure that out.
Right.
Even if I tell him he looks at you. 19.
You
He won't
flatter.
believe me.
You flatter. But no, I'm sorry. I believe I will not be handing out my number today.
And he visibly slumps. Like, okay, cool. I'll just tell him you were like 19 or something. Okay. So the way he looks, blonde-haired, clean-shaven, typical South African jock.
Mm.
You know, extroverted as all balls, but for some reason he trips over his own words around you. You're used to it, but it's okay. Typical South African jock. He plays rugby. He's basically at the university because of his sporting ability, not because of his academic ability. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just basically coasting through life because he's probably guaranteed a position in some or other team somewhere. He just needs to basically be here for 2-3 years, barely pass everything, and then go on his merry way.
So, like, does he have any like distinguishing features? Maybe a scar, tattoo?
Not that you would see because you're not
No,
there.
I would see, but
That does make it harder.
That does make it harder. But Theodora, you could probably recognize him if he goes to Mystic. If you see him again, you will definitely recognize him.
Right.
Yeah. Crap, I need to write down these names. I'm just giving out random names and I'm not writing down anything.
That's what VODs are for.
Yeah. So I take it, Theodora, you turn to the rest of the coterie?
Yes. I'll make my way back.
Cool, so while the rest of you were approaching the car, Kyle sees you, he puts his phone down. Or he closes his phone. And he lights up another cigarette.
I give Kyle the 2 sandwiches from earlier.
Fucking A. Kyle will remember that.
Telltale Games of City of Thorns.
Yeah. Cool. Wow, thanks. Wow, thanks. I mean, wow, thanks. That's how he speaks. So, have you gleaned any information? Is this like a dead end? Shall we just go and, Oh, hey, Theodora.
Thanks.
Shall we just,
Hello.
Hi. Have you found out anything, anyone?
We have a couple leads.
Okay.
Nothing's done yet, though.
Nothing. Okay. So should I drop you off at your respective places, your respective dwellings, or do we go
No.
somewhere from here? No, I'm supposed to look after you for tonight.
You know, Carl, I kind of feel like having. How about we go head up?
Okay,
We need to
I'm
break them
guessing
out
you're
again.
saying mystic, so it's okay. Lip reading is
Did I
good.
say it wrong?
No, I couldn't hear you.
No, your mic cut out because it's pulled
Oh.
away again.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was like, did I say that wrong?
Sure. Is everybody up for it? And he looks at the kid, Sean. How are we gonna? And he points to Sean. You know, at a club, at the pub, whatever you want to call it. How's he gonna?
We're gonna play the parent child.
Very tall shoes.
We'll get him in. Don't worry.
John's gonna temporarily adopt wee Sean over here while we scout out the place.
Okay. Let me just see here. I think second class Elitis is having an issue.
He looks.
Oh, he's frozen.
Yeah.
I thought he was really good at staying still.
I am, but
Oh,
my first on my
connection.
hand. Give me a second.
Okay, cool.
Oh dear.
No,
Oh,
there
now.
we go.
There
There
we
we
go.
go. There we go.
Okay.
So,
Then I'll just fake it.
yeah. So, we... Wait. So, apparently you're his nephew. For tonight. at least.
Apparently.
Temporarily.
He looks at you, he looks at Sean, he looks at John, and he looks at Sean, he looks at John.
It wasn't my choice.
Okay, but just a quick thing, you do know that nothing, just a quick thing about Mystic. It's one of the places that we're not allowed to do anything.
We're not
You
gonna
know,
do
we
any-
can go there, but if we cause shit, it's probably a thing of, true death, punishable by true death if we do some shit. I mean, with regards to what the mistress said tonight, yeah, it's not gonna be, we could go there, we could look around, but we can't cause shit.
So we'll
I
do
promise.
it nice and quiet like.
No heads will roll tonight. You have my word.
Are you being sincere?
Yes, I am.
No,
It's
seriously.
Kyle.
No, she's not.
No, I am. It's Carl. I have a sweet spot for Carl. I will never lie to him.
No, but so
That
you're not
is-
lying to him. You're not lying to him, or are you lying to him?
I'm not lying.
Okay,
I
cool.
feel like I'm not helping myself.
She's lying to him. She just isn't aware of it yet. That's the problem.
Not
That's the
lying.
problem.
Carl, I promise no heads will roll inside of Mystic.
Okay.
I don't think
We'll
you
punt
And
them
no
out.
arms or legs or anything else, right?
No
think
body
you're the
parts will
problem.
roll
Everybody
or
seems to
be
think I'm-
pulled or damaged inside of Mystic.
Okay, cool.
Keep my word. I never lie. I keep my promises.
And he gets in the car. Let me just get my normal voice back. He gets in the car, takes out a can of Axe body spray somewhere from the car, sprays it, and then he waits for you guys to get in.
I weirdly get in. Really scared to have to endure the smell again.
So now it's a smell of basically Axe body spray,
Rotten milk.
And spoiled milk.
Express.
I don't know if
Spoiled
that's
milk.
better.
spoiled milk, and freshly made
Cheers.
burgers, chicken burger
Burgers.
and a beef burger.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's Kyle.
You're
Please
not-
don't
I roll
about
down
your
the
car,
windows.
please. Oh.
Do you roll down a window to let some fresh air in?
I do the very stereotypical thing, put my thing here, and I roll down the window. And I just sit there like this.
I grab one of the burgers and I put it right against my nose and just rather than do that then.
And he looks at you, he's like, okay, cool. Mhm.
Those were one of my burgers, but okay.
And it takes him... It's reasonably late. It's about 11 o'clock at night now. Well, just before 11. And it takes him about 10 minutes to get to Mystic. There's like 3 different routes to this bar, and usually there's always one. If you know the city well enough, there's always one that'll get you there the quickest. Being in South Africa, you get to learn quickly. You get to learn how to get to a place of alcohol very, very quickly. For some reason, it's ingrained in us. Anyway,
It's not blood.
yeah, it's in our blood. That's basically how it works. And you pull up. There's a giant, what used to be, like it's a giant open in front of Mystic, across the road. It's a giant parking area, but it's essentially Theodora, you would know this. There used to be clubs and pubs in this area, but it's all been bulldozed. So it's just that gravel patch. There's no real plants there, but a lot of cars parked there. Luckily tonight it is reasonably empty. There's about 20 or 30 cars parked there. It's it used to be, there's other clubs in the area as well, but for the amount of clubs in the area versus the amount of cars you see, you know that one of these clubs are either doing very badly tonight or is very quiet, or one club is pumping, or if it's evenly spaced out, there'll be about 5 to 6 people currently in the clubs. So this is South Africa. They only start going out, well, roughly about 11 o'clock people start pitching up, so the crowd hasn't arrived yet. So you stop there. He parks like on that open piece of field, we can call it a field, and Kyle gets out, waits for you guys.
Yep.
Well, I sure as hell do not hesitate getting out of that damn car.
Kyle
Can you
looks
help
at
me with the car, Kyle?
Kyle, takes your hand.
Thank you.
He was actually holding his hand to get a burger, but he'll take your hand. Like, oh, okay, fuck, I'll fucking do this. And then he looks at Olivia and he's like, the burger, please.
And I like push it onto his hand, and
Cool.
when I do that, I grab his hand, I pull him close. Carl, you need to stay here in case someone come do something we don't want them doing.
Oh, I'm not going into Mystic. I'm banned from Mystic since last time. And he
Makes
takes the
sense.
burger and he gives it to one of the car guards. He's like, yeah, just fucking do it. And
Okay.
he hands the burger, he hands like the box of 2 burgers, one that was semi-open, to like a car guard, and he goes to another guy and they start eating. And he just sits at the car, well, like on top of the bonnet of the car, smoking a cigarette.
Remember, Carl, if you see anything about any person coming in being a little sus, call us. Okay.
Yes.
We have phones, Zephyr. Do we have like cell phones?
You do. You do have phones, yeah.
You do. Okay, thanks.
Translation hood. There we go.
Translation hood.
It is a hood.
Okay. Does Carl have my number already since we know each other, or do I need to give it to him?
Yeah. You probably need to give it to him.
Okay, so I give Carl my number to call me
Mhm.
if he sees it in the parking. That
Cool.
doesn't look right.
Just a quick thing. Do you still want to phone that certain someone there, second class?
Yeah,
Or John.
definitely.
You want to phone them? Are you going to
Yeah,
phone them?
because I have a feeling we might need to, in case this lead doesn't pan out, I want to have a plan B ready to go.
Okay. Who's your contact again?
Hold on a second.
Okay, while he's looking up his contact.
Page 2.
Let me just quickly check there. Oh, yeah. Wait, we're not allowed.
Yeah.
Luckily. Yoink, and do that again. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now you
cool.
get it. Okay.
Now I get it. Yeah. Now I get it.
Yeah.
So just tell me when you want to phone him. Yeah.
Whenever works best for the story is fine.
Okay, cool. He might actually phone you.
That works too.
Maybe. We don't know. Cool, I'll keep that in mind. Cool. So you walk up to Mystic, you cross the street. Now, Mystic is this giant... When I say giant, it's about... I'm trying to get the dimensions right. It's about a 10 meter... 15 odd meters? Yeah, let's call... It's a 15 odd meter... porch area. It's a 15 by 5 meter porch area that you walk up to.
Nice.
You walk through the... it's a giant Plasak farm gate that you swing open. It's the front of the thing. Mystic Farm, Mystic Boer, Mystic Farm.
Right.
So you walk in there, and there's a couple of people there, a couple of groups of people, between 2 and 6, sitting on the... Because the porch has got a bunch of tables, like 4 or 5 tables. And there's a couple of those tables are occupied by groups of people. You'll see someone, when you walk in, someone walks out, and he's like... It looks like he's pointing at you, but he's pointing at someone to the side of you. He's like, bro, I haven't seen you in such a long time. How have you been? And he walks up, and he joins another group.
Right.
The atmosphere in this club is what you all know, for those of you who've been in BLOEMFONTEIN for such a long time. The atmosphere in this club is usually your regulars. They would be literally 4 or 5 people a night that would arrive at Mystic alone, and they would just basically spend the entire night walking around Mystic until they find someone they recognize, and then they'll start drinking with them. You know, not sponging or anything. It's basically, that's their social thing. They go to Mystic. I used to be, in real life, I used to be one of those guys where I would go to specifically Mystic, and I would be there alone, sit at a table, drink a drink, get a second drink, and start walking around Mystic until I recognize someone, and then we'll just have a blast together. And it has happened to me sometimes as well, where someone would just like, hey, I recognize you, and someone would walk around, see me, recognize me, and we'll just drink together. It feels very close-knit, especially between the regulars of the pub, for Theodora and John. So John, you've got a kid. So as you walk
He's
in,
not mine.
as you walk in, one of the bartenders that drinks at the place looks at you, is like, John?
Yeah.
Whose kid is this?
You'd be surprised. They come really cheap these days. Actually, my nephew. His name's Jack.
Jack?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay, cool. Just don't get him drunk or anything. You know?
I just want a milkshake.
We'll keep out of trouble.
Okay. Olivia, where?
Trying to meet up with some people. We probably won't be here long.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, meet up with some people. Sounds like an interesting night. Olivia, where are you? What's your I want to. There's a scene that I want to play out, but I need to know where you and Theodora is.
Okay. Well, before I walk in, I obviously take my hat off because I realize we're in a club, you know. So, did all sexy. Joking. So I take my hat off. When I walk in, I look around, you know, I try to see if there's anyone I recognize from the group that was sitting in front of the DJ.
Not immediately.
Do you?
Okay. So how the setup looks is after the porch, there's a small room with. When I say small room, I'm saying 3 meters by. It's 3 meters wide, basically. It's a small room, and there's 2. For fucking foosball tables in there. Then there's a bigger room, about 5 or 6 meters wide. As you walk in, when I say wide, like as you walk in, like 5 or 6 meters, which is basically links up to a bar, to 2 bars. So if you stand in that room, you see a bar to your left and a bar to your right. Right?
Okay.
This room is filled with a couple of couches and a couple of benches, and a table or 2 between the benches and everything. You get the pizza oven and then the dance floor at the end of the big building. And then you don't see someone immediately within the second room that you recognize.
Okay.
Theodora.
I am walking very close to Olivia.
A couple of eyes follows both of you around. Men and women look at you. They seem to look more at you, Theodora. And then they look at Olivia, and then they like shrug a little bit. And you do what happens next. Let me just do another secret roll here. Please be a good one.
What?
Okay, none of your artiste friends are hanging out tonight.
Yes.
They're busy
take us
working,
over.
so no one recognizes you in the club. But
Ooh.
not recognizes as your artiste friends, but people do recognize you as the lady with the sculpture thing. A kid of about 22, 23 years old walks up to you. It's like, hey, Lady Sinclair. Would you like some wine? I know you like wine. I'll get it for you. And what about something for? And he looks at Olivia, like, what about something for your friend?
I don't know what she drinks. Why don't you ask her?
Okay. What do you want? He just looks at you. What do you want? What do you want to drink?
I look at him. I like look up and down and I smell. Straight whiskey, 2 eyes.
Okay. Whiskey and Lady Theodora? Lady Sinclair?
Nederberg white, please. Semi-sweet.
Of course. How can I forget? And he jumps off. So what happens is they train the bartenders as waiters. The men, they do it as sort of a humiliation thing for 2 weeks, and then the actual waitresses comes and help people. But this bartender he's the FNG. He's the new guy. So he goes off and gets your stuff. That's definitely an American ice cream truck in the background.
I was just about to say, am I going
Is it-
insane?
Is it me? I don't
No,
hear
it's in
it.
my house. It happens all the time.
Oh, it's in your house. Okay, as I say, because
You
I'm
have an
pretty sure
ice
if the
cream
ice
truck
cream
in
truck
your
is here,
house?
it's a little early.
They
Ice cream.
in Philly. They start in May and will go until October and drive by about 6 times a day.
No.
Wow.
I'm sitting here
I think
going,
the ice cream money truck comes at like.
Yeah,
noon.
with these on, I couldn't hear it, so
Oh,
sorry
yeah.
about that.
And he runs off and gets his stuff, gets the drinks. What do you guys do, John and Sean?
Oh, we should probably discuss. Well, probably grab a drink first, and then sort of casually meet up with the rest of the group and discuss a plan of action of how we can find someone knows about the Herc, drug that's going around?
Yeah, let's keep our eyes open, but not say too much yet, because this is not the place that we want to start trouble.
Sure. So just keep to ourselves for now.
Yeah.
What both you and Theodora know about this place is if you've walked through the entire place, even the bathrooms and everything, the best place to hang out to see new people coming in would either be on the porch or either on the inside with the second big room that I told you about where you can see both bars.
That sounds like a winner to me.
And luckily for you, and I forgot to mention this bar is very old chic, so they basically once a year this bar gets decorated by the bartenders. And it's usually like one room would have very low lighting to low to no lighting at all. And luckily, most of the time, it's this particular room that's basically just got candles and one dim bulb lighting up the entire room. So it's like dark enough for you guys to chill out there.
Gotcha.
As you walk around, I want, especially Theodore, I want everybody to roll me awareness wits, please.
Oh my!
Fuck, there
Quit!
goes one
I
already.
quit! I quit!
Just remember what you promised
Ah.
that you couldn't uphold.
Ooh,
Yes,
I know
thank
it's
God.
not over
I
yet.
live to tell another.
Let's see here. 2, 4, 2, 4, 7. Okay.
There won't be any problems.
I said there would be no heads or any bodies rolling in Mystic. I can
The
do
night is
this.
young.
You can still do
I
this.
can do this.
Do you want me to lead you, or do you want me to roll and then decide what happens to you?
Lead me and let me see if I can salvage my promise.
Okay, so the people that spoke to the DJ,
Shut
you recognize them. Funnily enough, that you know, oh crap, my stream is dying, but luckily we're recording this. Funnily enough, that this happened with you. You recognize them, guys, people, ladies and gentlemen. Olivia, you walk around and you get like there's a secondary place outside that's in the open air outside of Mystic at the back, surrounded by trees and everything. And you walk around and some of you recognize, oh, that's the group. Like all of you recognize, hey, that's the group that was sitting on the bridge. And Olivia darts towards them.
This poor dude. He's gonna piss himself a second time.
No, this is
It's
the
not
group
the same
that spoke
group.
to the DJ.
It's a different group.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the other group.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the group that she
Do I
didn't
have-
attack yet, but watched it happen.
Do I have my whiskey in my hand?
Let's say by now you have. Yeah, you've got your
Okay.
whiskey, and Theodora, you've got your Nederburg White. If you're gonna drink it, you'll have to do a roused blush of life, so that you can keep
No,
it
no,
down for
I
at
just
least
have
a
it in my
while.
hand.
Otherwise, you'll just throw up.
Okay, so
Yeah.
when I dart, what was my emotion when I darted when I saw them? Was it like anger or like I just want to get this done just so I can get an idea of what I can lead into?
No. Basically, you saw them as like, that's the person I'm looking for, and that's it.
Okay.
So you're
Okay,
running
cool, so I
towards
can
them.
go through.
Yeah.
So I'm running towards him and I like wrap my arm around one of the guys right there and I just like fling my whiskey and I'm like, I'm so fucking wasted. Oh my god. God, guys, do you so wasted? Who wants to take care of me tonight?
All 4 of the guys smile,
Fucking
and they're
hell.
like, no, join us. We'll take care of you tonight.
Oh,
We'll
thank you,
get
guys
you.
are
We'll get you
sweet.
sober.
You guys are so sweet. I'm so glad I met you.
What's your name?
I go by Ali.
Ollie. Nice.
What are your guys' names?
This is This is Kobus.
Names.
This is Johan. I'm
Kobus.
Peter.
Johan. Peter.
And the gay-looking guy. His name is Stefan.
Stefan. And who's the guy that I'm wrapped around?
You're wrapped around Kobus, I guess.
Corvus. So
Yeah.
I pull Corvus, like not super good, but I look at him like Corvus, and I like put my hand on his cheek, and I give him like the smile, you know.
So what is you guys' reaction to this?
I'm trying not to absolutely fucking hose myself.
Can
I
people
stand
stop
there with my
pissing around
lamp.
me?
And I look very impressed.
They believe
was a good
that
recovery.
entire group.
It was a good recovery.
That entire group believes that you are fucking drunk. By the way.
Woman
When
can
you
get
live
away
in
with this
Boston,
shit.
you
If a man
learn-
tries
when-
this thing, clap.
It's Mystic. It's a little bit early for someone to be this drunk, but hey, you look like the type that.
Oh,
does-
jeez, thanks. Okay.
that does get drunk really quickly. In your favor.
I'm a lightweight.
Yeah, you're a lightweight.
Or cheap date.
So what's your reactions again? Sorry, you're trying to
Trying
hose
not to
yourself.
laugh.
You're trying not to laugh, or are you laughing?
No, I'm trying not to laugh. I'm like got a little bit of a snigger, but I'm hiding.
So roll me.
God damn it, Zafar.
Just roll me your willpower roll. Just a normal willpower roll at the very bottom. Or I could make you do a composure etiquette if you want.
I'm trying to find willpower.
Okay, do composure etiquette or etiquette composure, I guess.
Why am I not finding these things?
Etiquette second from the top, in the middle,
Etiquette.
and then you select composure.
Don't take me over. Okay, well, that doesn't work. I am
A
absolutely.
kid
hosing
starts
myself.
laughing. Next to you, John.
Oh.
Sean's laughing. What's your other guy's reaction? You start laughing, Sean.
I'm just gonna let it play.
Mm-hmm.
No, unless someone is specifically watching us to see what we were watching, they have no clue what an 11-year-old is laughing about at a nightclub. So we're fine.
Yeah, 11-year-old saw boobies somewhere, which is probably true
Probably.
in Mystic, because what they do is they wallpaper, like some of the wallpapers are, you know those model magazines with the black and white nude photos and everything? There's a bunch of them everywhere.
What are they called?
Artistic
if
photos?
Centerfold, isn't it? Like a
No, it's not the
centerfold?
centerfolds. No,
What are
it's
the
like
ones we have here in South
The
Africa?
FHM.
the FHM, stuff like that, yeah.
yeah.
And Theodora, what are you doing with your Nederberg?
I'm standing there just holding it very elegantly. I'm looking very impressed at Olivia's performance.
Okay. You feel, as you're standing there, Theodora, you feel a hand grab you by the butt. On the butt.
Ooh.
Like, hello, daughter.
Someone's
Hello.
gonna die tonight.
What are you doing here? Clearly drunk guy. And he's like, I'd like you to make a sculpture of me. And maybe we can have some fun afterwards. He's got some
Excuse me?
Dutch courage in him. He's drunk enough to get some Dutch courage.
Or do I know this person or not? No.
You don't know him. He recognizes you from either being at your gallery at some point or whatever. His breath reeks of brandy and coke. Or brandy at
yeah.
least. You smell brandy on his breath.
Excuse me, I don't know who the hell you think you are grabbing my bum! And I throw my wine in his face. I will certainly not make a sculpture of you, whatever this is. No, just no. Away, shoo! Oh!
Do
God.
you do charisma intimidation? It's gonna be pretty damn easy. Intimidation,
Yes.
charisma at least.
Yes, I need him to. Shoo.
Make him piss himself.
Seems like that's gonna be the theme for tonight.
Game shitless. Alright, so charisma and intimidation.
Yeah.
Turn this down.
Oh, there it is. Found it.
If this is loud enough for us to hear, I just kind of rest a hand
Oh no, you
on...
already hear it.
Yeah. I just rest a hand on Sean's shoulder, like we're just not involving in this right now.
I'm just like we're both just like keeping
Cool.
it in the corner of our eyes. Seeing what's going on.
Yeah, keep eyes, but yeah.
You just needed one success. You're like, oh fuck, sorry, shit, and he walks off and joins some of his friends, and they all laugh at him, and they say, you hear him say something about fucking lazy, and artists are always lesbians or gays, and they all laugh, and they're like, yeah, sure, and they continue on drinking, no biggie. So you're sitting with them, and Olivia, one of the guys, Kubus is the atmosphere has already been reached that point where Kubus is resting his hand on your leg,
Okay.
but closer to your knee than, he rests his hands literally as close to your knee as he can get without insinuating something else. Okay.
Okay.
This girl is drunk. We're gonna make her like me tonight. And then maybe some of us can have some fun. That's his intention. You know this. You know this.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been through this a couple of times. And,
So I put my hand on his hand. I'm like, Rufus, you have such manly hands, eh?
yes, donkey. Look at where are you from? That's a very
Oh, I've been all
sexy
over,
accent.
but I'm from America. Have you
Yeah.
ever been with an American?
Whew. No. Have you ever been with a South African?
I guess it's gonna be both our first times if we're lucky tonight.
You're winning him over. You're winning
You
him
think?
over. Okay, we're not gonna go further
No,
into the
I'm just
conversation. You're winning him over. Everything's going well. The other guys around the group is just looking at you in amazement. One of them mentions like maybe we could make it interesting and maybe you could be with two South Africans. They're trying to make things interesting. But we'll fade to black on that specific scene.
God.
And enough time has passed that. Are you guys looking around? Except, are you looking anywhere else except anywhere else? Are you guys still scoping the area, or are you guys going
I'm
back to the
looking
center
around.
room? Where are you guys heading towards?
We're
Because-
keeping an eye on the group that Olivia's with, and since we haven't seen the DJ, I'm just trying to keep an eye out for either somebody that Theodora, eyeballs when they come in the door, or someone whose voice I would recognize because we could hear him before.
yeah, the
We're on the
DJ
second
voice.
floor, right?
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm essentially just scoping out either the bathroom, because that's normally a hotspot, people just doing a quick, or the stairs for any shady people coming up.
Cool. And the bathroom is plastered with nudes.
Oh,
Men
God.
bathroom. It is
Classy
true.
thing.
It is true. Unfortunately, it's plastered with nudes.
Classy.
Yeah, it's Mystic Boer. The male bartenders gets to decorate the bathroom. It's plastered with nudes. I don't think nowadays anymore, but it used to be. Women's bathroom is actually very classy. Broken mirrors and like floral patterns everywhere, and quite.
You've been in there.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Without the consent of a lawyer.
Without the consent of a lawyer. And after a while, about 10 to 15 minutes pass, and one of the guys from where Olivia's sitting at gets up and walks off towards the front part of Mystic. So you're kind of in the back part now. He walks off and he walks past you all.
Oh shit.
And he, let's see. He glances to all three of you, John, Sean, and Theodora, and he looks at you and he's like, takes another, like a second take, and he just walks off.
Was that kind of a glance like, I think I've seen you before, but nah, screw it, I'm busy, I've got something to do, Lance.
Sort of in that line, yeah.
So I recognize him. Yes.
He's one of the group that was part of the group that spoke to the DJ. Like he
okay,
walked
then
around.
no,
He got up and walks past you.
All right, then no, I don't know.
So he recognized. He basically like, and just walks. He just looks at you and like, okay, cool, let's walk.
What direction is he headed?
He's heading to the front of Mystic.
Perhaps we should follow that one. Looks a little bit.
By the way, Sean is stuck in the bathroom for quite a while now.
Oh, I'm still, oops.
Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't realize that
Is there any way between here and the door that I could approach him in a nonchalant manner?
If you're clever about it, you can approach him in a nonchalant manner.
I am going to attempt to be clever.
Okay. Do you want me to guide you what you need to do roughly, or?
Sure.
Okay, so get me a. This is going to be a social thing. So let's do a manipulation streetwise roll from you.
Alright, that's not going to be my best choice.
Oh.
Not my worst choice.
Not your worst
but not
choice.
my best.
Okay, so how would you approach him? I wanted to guide you, but I needed at least one success so I could guide
At least
you.
one success, right?
Yeah.
When he is, because he's already made at least 3 of us, when he is watching someone who's not me, I'm going to try to move and away from the table and out and around so that I can try to get closer to the door than he is, so I can approach him on his way to the door.
With your vampiric speed, luckily, you maneuver yourself around and you get to the door before he does. There's a secondary way to get to the door than the one that he took.
Okay.
Yeah, he took the shortest route, and then there's one past the bathrooms. And as you run past the bathrooms, you just see Sean staring at. You just see the back of Sean staring at a wall.
That works for me.
Yeah.
All right. So
there's no way I can royally fuck things up. Or
yeah.
You get to the door and before him. He's walking with a drink, and he sees you, and he shakes his head, and he just continues drinking, and he walks. Now we're slowing down time so that you can decide.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up.
Okay, while you're
ability real
looking
quick.
up Theodora.
Okay.
Oh yeah, are you done?
No.
Okay.
Good.
Theodora, what do you want to do? You can see the group around Olivia is getting a little bit excited. Theodora looks like the typical, hey, you know she can handle herself, but currently she's even persuading you that she can't handle herself amongst these guys.
Alright. So I suppose I'm going to walk up to where Olivia is and ask if she's doing alright and if she would like another drink or something, just to get her attention or get, attention
play it
away
out.
from her. Alright. Olivia, are you alright, dear?
I'm good. I think Corbus and I are. He's keeping me safe. You know, you should meet these other guys. Theo, they're so nice.
Really? Well, could you use another drink?
I think I should start drinking some water, actually.
Want some water?
Yeah,
All right.
don't you think?
Can one of you guys please go and get our friend a glass of water, please?
No ice!
No ice. Okay, they do a quick rock, paper, scissors thing, and the loser goes and gets. But Quibus refuses to do
And
the rock,
I'm
paper,
the
scissors
child.
thing. His hand doesn't leave your leg. So
Has
one
the
of the other
DJ
two
come at
goes.
all?
Huh?
Has the DJ come at all? So
This
they-
is what we're working towards.
I'm suspecting that the DJ is gonna come now because the dude ran downstairs to the front store.
Okay.
All right. Wait. How are they sitting? Is it one of those
It's those parky benches.
parky benches?
It's the two.
The wooden ones?
It's the two wooden seats, like the long wooden seats with a long table.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
All right.
And I assume, like, when the drug deal's about to go down, Quibus would leave to go get it, right?
No, Quibus is keeping you entertained.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I need
That's
to
his
change that.
purpose now. He's got a one-track mind, okay?
Okay, so I go to Corbus. I'm like, you know, this alcohol thing isn't doing it for America. We have some other fun things we do. Do you know any substances we can take?
I might know of something.
Oh. And then I slowly take my hand down his chest. What kind of thing?
We're actually getting something soon.
When we say we, am I included?
I think we'll be able to organize something.
I
Definitely.
can't wait.
Yeah. Definitely, we'll organize something.
I feel like we should add a rated 16 tag to the stream right now.
No,
I gotta
luckily.
use what works.
Yeah. Second, you got your thing?
Yep. So,
Oh, just a quick thing before you do. Theodora, are you sitting down?
I'm sitting. I have seated myself on the end of the table.
Okay, cool. So just keep an eye on her and this guy.
Yeah. This Quibus.
This
individual.
Quibus, yes.
alright. So, I'm in a position where I'm kind of cutting him from the door, which means at some point he's going to see me.
Yeah.
And as he does, compel, come here. No roll is required versus a unprepared mortal victim.
Do you have to keep eye contact though?
Yes.
How close?
That's why I said, as he sees me, come here.
Let me just quickly read up here. Luckily, I know where it
Okay.
is.
It's cost 3 dice poll charisma dominance versus intelligence roll.
For vampires.
Oh,
Yes.
that's against Vamp because he's a human. Yeah.
Okay, cool. He approaches you.
Okay.
Let me just quickly check here. Could you... Okay, tell him come here.
Yep.
Okay. Now I want you to roll me. What would smell be? It would definitely be wits and... Well, let's do it wits and awareness. Roll me a wits and awareness, please.
I can do that. Two successes.
You smell... wet dog.
Okay.
You've smelled this before. You know what I'm referring to. You smell wet dog. Do you know what I'm referring to?
No.
No. Okay, cool. You smell wet dog, and we will delve into that in the after show VOD. We have reached the end of the stream. Thank you everybody for watching.
God.
Thank you, second class elitist, Cobra Kai, Minimay, and Luna for joining on the my first ever live Twitch storyteller thing. As this you know where to find us. Our tags are there. Thank you everybody for watching, and we are gonna go record the after show now, and yeah, we will see you next week, same time, same place. And if you're catching us on YouTube, you'll probably seeing us at some point after a Tuesday, I believe. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching, and thank you again for making this a very good experience for me, to all of you. I'm talking to you all. And we shall basically see you there. Thank you everybody for watching. Oh, before we go, I need to say thank you to that generous tip from Great Susie. $20. Thank you so much, Great Susie.
Much love.
And yeah, it's going to the cast cost. If you are cast costs, if you wonder how you can support us, you can do. I think that's the command. Yeah, you can check us out at patreon.com/City of Thorns. And thank you everybody for joining. And we shall see you next week, same time, same place. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh! Shit! Wait, before we say bye, thank you Anonymous for tipping the $5.
Fantastic, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Alright, okay, cool. Now we say bye again. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye. See you guys next time. And for those of you on Patreon, see you in the VOD, after show VOD.